Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing today?
Take it up.
Having a great time? Let me start with a quick question here. And how many of you today do use a platform on like a daily basis? And you cannot imagine your life without this platform? By raise of hands. All right, so I can say probably 50% of the room. So, of course, this is the power of platforms that truly connect with their users. And today we are here to uncover what are these secrets for building these kind of platforms. And as we all know, of course, Abu Dhabi is or has emerged as a tech hub for entrepreneurs, for innovators. And we are fortunate here to have with us some of the brilliant minds that are bringing these platforms to the city. So I would encourage you to think about your own experience with platforms as we dive into this discussion. It's a great pleasure to have with me on stage Omar Rifai, co-founder and chief growth officer of GrabTalk, Mo Ali, founder of Fuse, Marwan bin Hashim from Wayo Securities, and Roger Rohana from Althea. So, gentlemen, how about we start with a short introduction about your companies here?
Great, thank you. I'll kick us off. I'm the co-founder of GrubTech. We are a B2B SaaS business, so a platform for businesses. We provide software solutions to the F&B industry and the quick commerce industry, particularly helping them scale their online sales. We do this in 22 countries for about 9,000 customers.
Thank you. Mo?
Hi everyone, my name is Mo, co-founder of Fuse. Fuse is a digital asset infrastructure company. We basically bridge traditional finance and new, platforms. We have two products mainly: crypto banking as a service and crypto payments. And we basically enable mainly traditional businesses, banks, fintechs, and enterprises to operate in the digital asset economy.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Marwan bin Hashim. I'm the general manager of Wayo Securities, and the platform is a platform that provides the investment opportunities for our investors and customers. And it currently has a product that takes you to the US market, UAE market, as well as it allows you to buy and sell through cryptocurrency.
Thank you.
Roger Ruhana, I'm the CEO of Althea. We're a B2B wealth tech platform with the goal to transform wealth and trading experiences. We build technology to support financial institutions deliver wealth and trading solutions to their clients. Based here in ADGM, we're currently touching something like 3 million clients and a little less than 1,000 relationship managers and advisors. Thank you for having me here.
Awesome, gentlemen. So I want also to ask you a common question. And in your view today, what are the key factors or the key ingredients today when we put them together that can lead to successful digital platforms? And probably with this kind of competitive world that we're living in, how can you thrive locally and globally? Let's start with you.
Sure. Multiple things contribute to a successful platform. The first thing that comes to mind for us in terms of what's helped us at GrubTech is definitely understanding the customer journey while they're using your platform. Mm-hmm. What is it that they want to extract from value add from that platform? More specifically, how can you start with a blank piece of paper when building that product so that you're not burdened or you're not confused about what historically has been done, because oftentimes when you're building a new platform, the only way it's going to be successful is if you outdo what's existing. So that's for me the top one.
Yeah, I think for us, we're slightly different. So what we do at Fuse is we basically enable platforms to offer crypto products. So what we look for is we look for large platforms who have the right team, who have the right thinking. And really what we want to do is understand whether they want to acquire new customers, increase customer revenues, retentions, those kinds of things. And then really work with them side by side, whiteboard and identify what are the right types of digital asset or crypto products that they want to launch for their customers.
Thank you, Mo. Marwan?
So for us, it's we're a service that is provided to the customers, and what's important to us is to understand their needs and wants. So how can we actually create a service or a feature to take them towards wealth in a secure manner? So that's the important thing, as well as to build a technology that is easy for them to execute their demands and reach towards their goals and demands.
Awesome.
I'd say, look, on the one hand, you have the very boring product market fit. What problems are you solving for whom? And what gives you the right to solve them? It's a very competitive world out there. If you don't nail that one, you don't really have a right to succeed. The second one is probably a little less boring. I think it's something that I wouldn't have said 5, 10 years ago, which is, are you really leveraging all the tools and the power that technology today allows you enables you to do, right? So you can now build with AI something with 10 people that legacy companies could need, where legacy company needs 100 people, and that is extremely disruptive. So I'm using AI as an example. Leveraging the cloud is the same thing. So I think these are sort of like the two things I'd pinpoint.
Awesome. Omar, if I was to think about GrabTech, I would think that this was born probably after COVID. But then I looked at your history, and you were born just before COVID. So what inspired GrabTech's all-in-one platform?
Great question. It was inspired by an investment I made into a cloud kitchen business. I sat on the board of this business. It was set up by two of my friends. Being the finance guy on the board, I started looking at the P&L, and I started realizing there was really not that much spending on technology. They were supposed to be a technology-led F&B business. When we started looking into the problem, I did what any smart investor would do, is called in some smarter friends of mine to help me take a look. Brought in who is today my co-founder, who comes from the e-commerce world. He led Altair's digital arm. And we basically just saw a very parallel universe. We said, okay, retail went through this 20 years ago. F&B is going through it now. And this was a year before the pandemic. Once we built it, it was fantastic because 3 months later, every F&B outlet was effectively delivery only and needed solutions. So it was a really nice boost for us. But people would think that's only for revenue generation, but the reality is it was a big boost for the customer feedback loop. We now had many types of businesses telling us what type of solution they needed, and none of us came from F&B, so it was fantastic. We were able to architect a platform for different types of customers in different markets, and it was just very good in terms of contributed to our global growth in a short period of time.
That's great, Omar. So most of your business is all about crypto, right? And as you can see, you're wearing something going to the moon. And just last week, I asked a guest on my show that I think we already reached the moon. So are we going to Mars as well now with the crypto? And but through this journey, there was lots of ups and downs and struggles, and so we had some pain points probably to some clients. And there's always this future digital trend happening. How do you identify these points?
How do we identify the points of
The pain points of your
points?
clients, the digital trends that is happening.
Yeah, I mean, for us, so we started Fuse back in 2022, and the idea was we saw that many of the larger banks and enterprises in the US and Europe were launching crypto or were looking at it. In fact, about 43% of Fortune 500 companies are actively doing something in this space. And so we saw that there was no B2B provider here in this part of the world. We started in the winter, or the crypto winter, as we call it, of 2023. Of 2022, and really for us, we saw that the financial infrastructure globally has to become better. It's slow, it's expensive, and I don't think that crypto is going to take over banking, but I think there's a good opportunity to kind of merge blockchain and crypto technology with banks, and so that's where we want to be, and we have lots of great partners who really want to go on this, kind of this a journey with us. And Right now, the main focus for us is on crypto investing. But if you look at crypto payments, really enabling Middle East, Africa markets to really get into investing, into lending, into payments with a simple mobile phone, and then having a internet connection, you can give everyone access to finance and banking services that they would not have had previously. So that's what kind of drives us, and that's what we're going towards.
And in terms of regulatory issues, Mo, I think this is probably one of the biggest barriers to so many new entrants into the market, whether it's here or outside. But here, I think it's different. How do you find it?
Yeah, I think it's amazing, right? I think one of the things that UAE has done amazingly well is that the crypto regulations or the virtual asset regulations here have been, they started to come about in 2017, 2018, much sooner than anywhere else. You saw in other markets. MiCA, for example, just came up in 2024, and US now is still talking about it. So I think the UAE positioned really well to get the regulations clear, get them transparent, and get them out as quickly as possible. And that's been phenomenal for us. We're very much a regulatory conservative company, so having a framework that's reliable and transparent has really helped us a lot.
Great. Marwan, you're in the securities business, and this business has been here for so many years now. But how are you trying to reshape the securities business?
So the most important thing for us is to actually first understand the opportunities that are not yet proposed or are available in the market, right? We need to build up a technology platform that allows our investors to get into the market easily, as well as they can also invest in a very easy and secured way. We worked very closely with a lot of partners to make sure that we provide the investors the right tools and features so that they can reach that goal. And as you have seen maybe all over the highways, the billboards, the slogan of Born to Back You. So we are here to back up the requirements and the needs of our investors and make sure that we deliver what they're expecting. So we will always build towards creating an easy, secured platform to reach that goal.
Amazing. If I ask you today what is the biggest probably buzzword, it would be Bitcoin and the crypto. But over the past, let's say 2 years, what was the biggest buzzword? Any clue? I'll give you a hint. ChatGPT. So it was AI. And I was in the wealth management and asset management field. And all what I do is Excel sheets and, you've been there. But now with Alfea, you started using AI first wealth management platforms. Can you tell me how does AI enhance your capabilities?
Absolutely. So if you think about it, and that's the reason why we started, wealth management as an experience kind of sucks, right? You can ask anyone. You can ask consumers. You can ask heads of businesses, of private banks, advisors, etc. Everyone complains about it. And we try to break it down into sort of 3 components: the quality of the advice that you get, the set of financial products you're exposed to, and your digital experience. And AI can actually help you sort of get dramatically better at those 3. And just to be completely transparent, AI currently, I would say, represents 10% of the added value that we bring, right? We have a full platform where 90% of the features are not AI driven. It's also probably a good representation of where the technology is. It has phenomenal promises, but today it can only be used for certain specific use cases. And so more specifically, AI will be able, when it comes to advice, to have a much more personalized conversation with your wealth manager that is much more thoroughly researched, where it can either be a relationship manager that got co-piloted with AI, where AI synthesized information and sort of like guided him, or very soon you'll be able to talk to an agent. And that conversation with the agent will 90% of the time be better than a real life conversation. If you're the type of digital user that that we're seeing in the market. Another example is when it comes to products. Today, ChatGPT in a good wrapper allows you to understand much better the nature of the fund you're investing in and guide you through that process without having to talk to some sleazy advisor. So, I mean, these are just two examples.
Okay, thank you. But some people still like a little bit of a human touch, right?
I genuinely believe that it's going to boil down to preferences. And of course, the human element is very important. You just want to make sure of two things. That the people that are not worth $100 million plus get the right advice, right? Because like today, if you're not big in AUMs, it's not profitable for the bank to expose you to good advice, right? And that's where AI can really bring scale. And then when you are actually sort of like profitable for the bank in an analog fashion, you want to equip the advisor, the relationship manager with the tools and the analytics that make him better, that like dramatically enhance his understanding of your needs. That's really what you want to do.
Of course. Omar, you've started in the kitchen business and then you expanded, not just geographically, but also in terms of the products. So if you can tell me, how do you adapt the platform to service different type of clients, different geographies? How much work does it take?
A lot of work, but luckily we have talent. So a couple of things. One, we have a very thriving F&B scene out here in the Middle East. When we first started speaking at trade shows in Europe, people didn't believe what we built. They'd say, why would you build this? It's as if you are powering some super F&B operation. And we said, come and take a look at our customers in the Middle East. We do high volume. They're selling on 4 or 5 different online channels. Delivery is less than 30 minutes. So one of the things that's contributed to us being able to expand globally, quite frankly, is we were forced to build very good technology for the sector because the sector here is fast growing. More importantly, if you look at the demographics of who operates in the sector, younger generation F&B operators, they are more ambitious and they're going to use technology. So that helps. The other thing that helps is we broke down the problem. So we said, we're not going to build a product. We don't want to build a single product. We know from other sectors like e-commerce and retail that you have different areas that you have to address. So from the beginning, we spent a lot of time investing in the architecture for a platform that was able to handle 4 key elements of e-commerce: order management, operations, fulfillment, and then data. That was a bet and a use of money that our investors didn't like, that ended up paying off a few years later.
Thank you. More, as we probably all know, without innovation, a platform dies. And you need to keep encouraging your team to innovate. So how do you kind of foster this innovation within your team, this culture within your team?
Yeah, so I think we're super blessed. I think we have a very, very strong team. These guys come to work every day and they have new things that they want to do. I think we actually have the opposite problem where we have to hold everyone back from doing everything they want to do. I'm sure maybe you have the same problem, Omar. And also our customers drive a lot of what it is that we want to do. We have one of them here, hopefully a second one soon if we can get this done. So I think they really drive a lot of things that we want to do. The opportunity is just so massive. Most fintechs start off with a single market, single product. Our first year, we've built out multiple products, multiple countries, and it's just about how quickly we can go. Because we're also a local company, there's a lot of global companies who are coming in. So we're carefully watching to make sure that we build where the global market's going, but built with like a local market needs in mind.
All right, amazing. Marwan, how do you, as Rio Securities today, support Abu Dhabi's vision as being uh, a global financial hub? You know, I remember coming here like, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago into this area, and it was empty. Today they are building a new city similar to here to just, to accommodate more people. So how do you support this vision?
The ambition is very promising, and it makes our job much more harder, to be honest. Abu Dhabi, alhamdulillah, has great leadership, and their vision towards seeing Abu Dhabi as the financial hub is something that we are working very closely to make sure that we fulfill this dream. Uh, the goal is actually a collective goal, right? We've got our own objectives and goals, but the end result is to actually benefit Abu Dhabi and the United Arab Emirates. So we need to always be clear, we need to always be close, and we need to always deliver what is expected by us. Their support is always there. We can see it in the regulators, we can see it in the new laws, and we can see it as well in their support. So that's our aim, and we always would like to work towards it. Wealth is something that has high demand, has a lot of traction. So we're working towards wealth and to provide the right products for it.
Great. Um, so, Roger, Marwan's business at Rio is B2C. You are mainly B2B. How does the vision,
Yeah.
for you as well?
Yeah. So look, we're all in on this idea that the UAE, with the UAE at the heart of it, you're going to see the region become a global financial center, even more so than today, right? And you're going to see a shift from just not like from being asset owners to asset managers in a much more meaningful way. And we want to be the core infrastructure that enables that vision, right? And so we want to play three sort of like roles. First of all, being the platform on which wealth managers and asset managers to a certain extent come and build on, right, to attract assets. Number two, we want to be an exporter of financial solutions, right, through our technology in a very important part of the value chain, right, where you don't really have players right now in the UAE that are capturing it, the tech behind wealth management. And then number three, we want to be a good citizen from an orchestration perspective. We connect a lot of platforms to end clients, and we just want to be a good citizen that connects local platforms like the Fuses of the world to banks in a sort of like seamless fashion.
So what I'm hearing here is, as well, we don't not just need to export the technology any longer. Sorry, I mean import the technology. Probably sometime in the future we'll also be exporting this technology, right?
Actually, our first client ever was in Saudi, so we started by exporting.
Amazing, great. Okay, I think we are about to get the time done here, but Omar, let me end with this question. So you started your journey as a private equity guy. So it was all about investments, and then you get to dig deep inside, building a platform and a company. So for all of those who are coming from abroad to start a business, building their own platform, what would you tell them?
I would say that this region we got a little lucky. This region has a lot of capital to support startups. And I don't mean institutional capital, I mean individual angel investors. They were able to understand our vision quite easily. And I think it's very important to understand that one of the benefits of being in this part of the world is access to capital at an early stage. I think the other benefit is you do have certain sectors that are genuinely more advanced than they are in other markets. Look, we're talking about banking right now. We're talking about digital infrastructure. We're talking about blockchain, F&B. And I think that's great because you will get early adopters of whatever technology you're building. So you've taken care of money, you've taken care of customers right on, and you have a growing talent pool. people want to live here, right? It's not what it was 10 years ago. So these three are very important. So I would say definitely, full forward on trying to execute on that vision.
Omar, Mo, Yusuf, Roger, thank you very much. Truly enjoyed the conversation. Appreciate it. Thank
Pleasure.
you. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you.